Here's problem number 14 from assignment number 4. We're given that u is the composite function f of g of x, and we want to know, does u prime exist? Well, let's see. If u is equal to f of g of x, that means u prime is going to be f prime of g of x multiplied by g prime of x. So u prime of 1 is going to be f prime of g of 1 multiplied by g prime of 1. So does g prime of 1 exist? Sure it does. Does g of 1 exist? Sure, there's a slope there, there's a point there, so g of 1 exists. And g of 1 looks to be 3. So this has become f prime of 3 multiplied by g prime of 1. And g prime of 1 looks to be about negative 1/3. No, negative 3. Now, does f prime of 3 exist? Does f prime of 3 exist? Yep, that looks to me, let's see, 3 and 2, f prime of 3 looks to be about 2/3 times negative 1/3, okay, and so that to me looks like it's going to be negative 2. So it exists and it's negative 2. Okay, let's go ahead to the next one. V is equal to g of f of x. So v prime is equal to g prime. Boy, I need to write more clearly. V is g of f of x. V prime is equal to g prime of f of x multiplied by f prime of x. V prime of 1 is equal to g prime of f of 1 multiplied by f prime of 1. So let's take a look at f prime of 1. Does f prime of 1 exist? Sure does. It looks like it's the value 2. Because this slope is positive and it's going up. For every run of 1, there's a rise of 2. How about f of 1? Does it exist? F of 1 looks like it exists, and it looks like it's exactly 3. So this is g prime of 3. So what is g prime of 3? 1, 2, 3. This looks like it's along this line where the slope is, again, 2/3. So I'm going to say that that's equal to 4/3. Okay, last one. W is g of x. W of x is g of x, which means that w prime is going to be g prime of x multiplied by g prime of x. So w prime at 1 is going to be g prime of g of 1 multiplied by g prime of 1. So let's look at g prime of 1. G prime of 1 looks to be negative 3. G of 1 looks to be 3. G prime of 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, looks to be g prime of 3 looks to be 2/3. So 2/3 times 1/3, or negative 1/3, looks like negative 2.